All right. Been a while since I've done this. Hey man, today is currently July 26th, 2025. We are officially 2 days into training camp. We are past all the fluff of the off season. We're past the draft, past the free agency, past the everything, the dead period. I don't even remember the last piece of content we got up, so we definitely gonna have to just do a quick little recap of everything, and then I want to get my boy AG season predictions on here, like we did last year. Um, Kind of some new rebranding going on with our channel. I think it's now called Cover Two Podcast, but you'll still see the same faces on there. Basically, just some new rebranding, trying to really trying to get a little new branding going on for this upcoming season. Definitely be more consistent with the content. But with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on social media. I'll drop those down in the description. And speaking of social media, AG,
Yep.
did you make the Falcons page? Was that what you showed
Bruh.
me?
Bruh, I made the Falcons page. I made the Falcons highlights, bruh. I was the only fan on the highlights, bruh. And it was just like I wasn't expecting it until I watched the highlights. I was like, wait a minute, that's me, bruh.
Okay. You went to training camp last year?
Yeah. Well, no, not on the
Oh,
last
I'm
time I went
tripping.
to
There was
training
no
camp.
training camp last year.
Yeah, for the last 2 years it hasn't been training camp. Last year for construction and the year before that, um, dealing with the away joint practices.
Okay. So tell me about your training camp experience. We can just hop right into that right now before we get into the gist of the video. So AG went to the first day of training camp, which was not today, but
Thursday.
Thursday. So yeah, go ahead and tell us about that, man. What that was like for the folks who ain't been down the Flowery Branch.
So I mean, Flowery Branch is definitely a vibe by itself. It stands alone and pretty much nothing to do up there. But they root for the Falcons a lot, harder than some people that's from Atlanta. Um, but at the same time, training camp had a lot of good vibes. There was a lot of a lot of energy around this team. Um, a lot of the fans were rallying around the team, with it being a practice. There was a lot of competitiveness out there. People actually trying to make plays and stuff like that. But I don't know. You kind of don't want to see guys hit the ground early in training camp and stuff like that. Um, so I do think that was one of the things that I think they could probably like kind of reel back on a little bit, and that's the amount of effort exerted into certain plays. Um, but other than that, the rookies are really starting to show like why they were picked, where they were picked, and why we got them and why we traded up to get them. Xavier Watts has shown to be a good piece next to Jesse Bates. He's also been rotating in with DeMarco Helms. He's healthy this year. I got his
Mm.
autograph, talked to him. Um, there's a lot of speculation about who's starting between James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker. And I think people will kind of be not necessarily surprised, but like surprised to see that they both been rotating with the starters. Um, there's going to be a lot of multiplicity with this defense, so there can't be a lot of expectations on people playing because there's defensive linemen rotating almost every play. Like there's not a consistent, oh, this guy's starting, this guy's playing, this guy's starting type of lineup, which is good because now the offense can't key on certain guys on the line or can't triple team one guy on the line of scrimmage, i.e. when we had Grady Jarrett, we used to get killed with that because people automatically know, hey, he's the best guy on the line of scrimmage. You got to double team him. Um, Leonard Floyd is as advertised. I seen him coming out of a 4-point stance and standing up, and he was giving whoever he was lining up against the business, and
Mm.
it it showed why they spent the money on him. And today, well, not necessarily getting into today yet, but like Thursday set the tone for Saturday. So the offense got the upper hand on Thursday. On and like mainly today, I would say the defense had a predominant day.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. And that's cool, man. I'd rather it be like that, back and forth. I don't want to just hear one side of the ball dominate every practice because that means, what's going on with the other side. But
Right.
what AG was alluding to, what guys hitting the ground. I believe Darnell, they say like went for a deep ball, brung it in, hit the ground, and I believe so. Now we know officially. Just hurt his shoulder. They ain't really diagnosed it with nothing, but they say he'll miss majority of camp, which is kind of a bummer. But at least he won't miss any game time. Um, and then not in really a corresponding move. They said they was already having this move planned, but we did sign DJ Chart today, so we'll see what he can give us. He's a speedster down the field threat, so we'll see what he's talking about. But yeah, I definitely saw the updates coming out of training camp today saying, the defense was really ramped up, which is I like that, man. I like the sound of the style of defense. It sounds like we playing. I think everything is close to the line of scrimmage. Everything is, more aggressive, which, last year it was just, play 15 yards back, let everybody just do whatever to us. So um hopefully it's a lot more aggressive. And I heard you say something about the rookie, so that's kind of going into my next point about the off season. Oh, and before we get off the training camp, I did, put this share screen up. I don't get any payment for this advertisement. We're not officially sponsored by the Falcons yet, but
Not yet.
we
Not
are the
yet.
training camp date. So if you guys want to grab any tickets, go ahead and grab those tickets. I don't know if I'm gonna catch me a day. If I do, I'm gonna catch me a joint practice date with the Titans, or I
Pull
want to
up
see
and
when the
going.
pads come on. I want to see when the pads come on. That's what I want to see. Because when the pads come on, that's when the trenches really, that's what you see. We're talking about something in the trenches for real. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna wait till the pads come on. But like I was alluding to with the off season, what's your general, thoughts of everything that happened transpired this offseason, when it comes to Jeff Ulbrich being brung in or, brung back as defensive coordinator, with things that happened in the draft, the limited free agency moves we were able to make, due to a certain cousin taking up, 50 million, but yeah, man, what's your vibe of this offseason and, everything that we did to try to improve this roster?
um. Okay, so I had a chance to talk to Terry Fontenot for like maybe like 5 to 10 seconds, bro. And I told him, I said, you made the right move coming to Atlanta and making us better and not them. And like when I said that, it wasn't a glaze, it wasn't none of that stuff like that. It was just really like, bro, I've never seen a GM come in, face adversity, fight through the adversity as a GM, people questioning your decisions. Your every decision is going to be under the microscope as a GM. And when you have fans that are rowdy and fans that are hungry for a championship, every move you make, if it's not towards championship, in their eyes, you'll get the scrutiny, and then you get the boo birds, and then you get the hot seat, and then you're out the door. But I do commend Terry Fontenot for making the moves that he's made as far as signing people and trading draft picks and draft capital further down the road for a successful pass rush and a successful defense now. Um, I do think that our draft was literally nothing but a home run. Nothing short of a home run, to be honest, because you start off the first round. I promise you, you can go back probably a year or two ago when we were in the same position, and I was like, yo, if we could double dip in the first round this year, that would be amazing. Sure enough, we just had to wait a couple years, and we finally double dipped in the first round. Got two great first round talent, grade A first round talent. You got one of the fastest defensive ends in the country, if not the fastest. And then you got one of the best defensive ends slash linebacker, really a hybrid defensive player in Jalen Walker with your first pick. So it's like you solidified two positions with the Jalen Walker pick, and you solidified the edge with James Pierce. I do think people come in with the judgmental eye on him just because of the character issues that were so-called brought up and all the extra stuff like that before the draft. But I think like watching him beat up on Jake Matthews today, bro, he's poised to have a good season. Um, it also brings a lot of light to the subject of like how long can we really let like Jake Matthews and them like play. But then it's like, okay, we got the seasoned veterans to make the rookies better, but the rookies are really making the seasoned veterans better because the rookies coming in tearing stuff up. And that goes from the front end to the back end because Billy Bowman out there playing good nickelback snaps. You got Xavier Watts back there making good pass deflections. Nobody's really getting behind them. Um, I mean, the offseason has been really good. It's been low key, the most low key, flashy offseason we've had, only because of the simple fact that when was the last time you seen players openly post on social media that they're working out with players from the Falcons, or the Falcons players are working out with other players from other teams that are top stars in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like the offseason has really been quiet but powerful at the same time. We got a lot of potential this season, and as long as we stay on the healthy side of things, bro, it's playoffs and then it's anybody's game after that.
Yeah, no doubt. I like what you said about it being low key because it feel like compared to last year, like when we got Kurt, it kind of put us more in the national eye with him being a caliber of quarterback, like just popularity wise, or him, being an established veteran. But this season is kind of like we do got that hype, like you said, like you've been seeing it more in the national media a little bit, but it's like it's kind of a question mark because you got some people that's like, we only saw 3 games of Penix, so we don't really know what he is. But at the same time, look how many national media games we got on the schedule. That just go to show you, you're not getting no national media games if the league don't see you as a team of interest and
Right.
start quarterback position. So I think that's a good thing. I think, like you said, the draft was nothing short of a home run. Like, we was there at the draft first round.
Right.
Jalen Walker. That was a anonymous, not anonymous, but what's the word where everybody fucking with it?
Yeah, it's not.
Unanimous motherfucker. It was a unanimous, everybody messing with the pick. And like Falcons fans, we every draft, like even last year when we was there, when we took Penix, we like, oh, come on, half the folks like what's going on. And when we took Bijan, when we took Kyle, but Jalen Walker, everybody was on board with that one. And then, like you said, we always like shit, it'd be nice to double dip. Everybody dipped from the draft party. I'm still there because I'm at work. I see, hold on, we didn't trade it back into the first round. Let me go see what we get. And sure enough, we take another edge rusher. So I'm like, okay, that shows me that Terry Fontenot, like you said, he's making a point of emphasis that I see what's the problem with this team, what's been a problem, and now I'm going to try to solve it. So I got my quarterback last year, I'm hoping, and now this year I addressed the pass rush. And then, like you said, the 2 ball hawks, after that was just icing on the cake to me, really. Like,
yep.
Turnovers and sacks is what we lack. So hopefully the draft took care of that. You brought up Leonard Floyd. That was it was a nice pickup. Like he can be the vet in the edge group. We still got AK. I hope AK really probably have a breakout season this year.
It's his contract year, so he got
So I think he can put pieces all together and have nearing 10 sacks this season because he's been getting better and better every year. Yep. And then we brought in some other guys like Morgan Fox and Devon Diablo, which
all of them playing, bro.
They ain't really big name signings, but they're gonna come in and do a job on this defense for sure. What other moves we made? I mean, the Jeff Ulbrich thing at first, I kind of figured they was gonna do that because of the familiarity with Raheem. I wasn't really like in love with it, but anybody could be, potentially better than Jimmy Lake last year. So
yeah,
and I don't really care. I feel like I'm not saying he's not a bad coordinator at all. So I'm down with that move. I think he's a players coach just like Raheem, so it makes sense.
Right. I think your best bet when it's like, what do you think about Ulbrich, is listening and watching to his mic'd up session, bro.
Yeah,
people don't listen to a type of coaching style, and it's like it's contagious when they listen to it and they really want to know, and they come back to you with questions. He has the knowledge of the game from playing the game, and then the knowledge of the game from coaching the game. So when you can relate to a player on both of those levels, I think as a coach, you put yourself in a higher realm of what you expect from your players, and higher realm and a wider variety of things you can do with the defense. Like I said, the defense is gonna be multiple. It ain't gonna be no solid solid stuff. I'm pretty sure that they gave us a whole bunch of vanilla stuff. They're not gonna be able to stop everybody from recording the practice. So you do smart things, you do vanilla things, you do things that you're not gonna see on Sunday.
Yeah, no.
So
I heard the first day they lined up pretty much like a 3-4 front. And then today, everything pretty much was 4-3. So that just go to show you right there, everything is gonna be multiple, like you said. It's not gonna be every down, every player in the same position. Like you said, we got multiple buys we can throw out there, multiple fronts, shit, even multiple pieces in the secondary. Like it's a whole
mhm.
cap battle right now for the nickel position and that other star and safety spot. Which
Hey, Billy Bowman was rotating with the starters. D. Alford gotta run for his money this year.
hey,
I I
I
look
want Bowman
forward
to
to
start.
preseason for the simple fact. See, the simple thing that I think like this season, preseason actually counts for these guys this year. Because we got so many people that's good.
Yeah,
There's nobody that's just like, okay, bro, you so much better than him that I'm gonna just go ahead and go with you and not even listening to what this person can do on the field or see what this person can do on the field. And it's like I don't I don't want them folks that's thinking that to take it for granted because I mean, hey, like we got some dogs out there, but at the same time, preseason this year will be the most important to the role players and the depth of this team.
yeah, most definitely. And preseason, which some of us love, some of us hate, but it all leads into the regular season. September 7th, I believe, kicking off the season at home against Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Last year we did these season predictions, and it's crazy because I promise y'all when y'all put something on YouTube, it ain't no cap on it. You can go back and watch it. We literally said what's the things that will stop this team from getting to the records, the winning records we predict. Sure enough, what we say, coordinators, some first year coordinators holding the team back, or Kirk Cousins going AWOL. Sure enough, what happened? Jimmy Lake, first year coordinator, can't get it right. Kirk Cousins went AWOL. So, I mean, it's not really hard to see what can keep this team from being what it need to be. But I think it ain't no really glaring holes on this team. But I still can tell you what can go wrong. But you know, I don't know. I think Raheem got to definitely do a better job this year with his second year of being a head coach, like making time decisions and clock management, things like that.
Yeah.
Like quarterback play definitely got to be, bro. Can we just not have no weird behavior from my quarterback, bro? I'm tired of the Ritters and the Mariotas and second half of the season Kirk Cousins. Like Michael Penix, I
Yeah.
ain't telling you got to be best in the league, but like, can we just get 15th? We're
Something.
like, yeah, can we just get like top half of the league? Like, just not a complete disaster.
Yeah.
Um, can we not be the worst defense in the league? Bottom half, like in sacks and turnovers. Can Can the real Young Wei Koo step up? Because I don't know what happened to Young Wei Koo last year, but that wasn't it at all. But I think everything gonna work out this year though. What you think can possibly be like holding this team back from doing what it need to do? I don't really
The
see.
only thing that I think can really hold this team back from winning is really themselves. Like and the fans not showing up. That's really it.
Well, I think if they win in the fans definitely will show up, but judging by the start of the year, I don't know how well things are gonna go. What you think as far as quick run through of the schedule? I think they do open up with a win at home against Tampa Bay. Um, I don't know, man. Them first four before the bye week, I think I'm gonna say 2-2 right there in that stretch. What you think? I'm gonna say Carolina and Tampa Bay being the wins, but honestly, Minnesota might not be all that this year with McCarthy at quarterback. But I'm gonna say 2-2, just going off last year.
Okay. So I personally think that going off of the hold on. Going off the first four games, I think I would be more happy if I said maybe a 3-1. I think we can beat Tampa. We can beat Carolina. We don't know what JJ McCarthy looks like under center for Minnesota right now. And with a new defense and the defense being revamped, I think it's going to be a different type of approach when it comes to playing them this year. It's not going to be the same Jimmy Lake approach that we had last year.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I definitely don't know what Minnesota gonna look like with McCarthy under center. But I know that defense with Flores, that's kind of a hard situation to put because you got to think that's gonna be Michael Penix fifth game starting. So that's kind of a hard situation to put him in. It's definitely gonna be like a measuring stick type of game, but I wouldn't say we just couldn't go in there and win. And I wouldn't say we couldn't beat Washington because we saw how we matched up with them last year. But just for prediction purposes, I'll put it at 2-2. And then coming out the bye week, you got Buffalo, and then you got Buffalo on Monday night. Then you got a Sunday night game against San Francisco. I'm not ready to predict that Buffalo game as a win. I ain't gonna lie, but that San Francisco game, I don't know. Like I'm kind of split on that one. I can see that one going either way because I don't know what the 49ers gonna be talking about this year either. I'm honestly really ready to put that as a win, to be honest, and have us sitting at 3-3 going into week 8. What you think?
Yeah, I feel the same. So as far as the Bills game, I'm not counting it an automatic loss because I feel like the narrative of us having to play teams is gonna also be reversed. Like teams got to play us. Their defense has got to match up with our offense, and their offense got to be ready for whatever our defense presents to the table. Um, I do think that a lot of the time we get overlooked because of the moves that we don't make. So with that, with the offseason being an offseason of progression and an offseason of moves being made, under the radar, we have made enough moves to compete. There's no more excuses of we don't have this, we didn't draft that, we didn't sign this guy, we didn't do this, or we didn't talk to this coach, or we didn't get to talk to this player, or whatever. But I think the excuses go out the window. After the bye week, we come back. We should be able to compete highly with San Fran as well, because that's gonna be one of them games. I mean, we don't even have. You don't have to worry about certain players on certain teams anymore, and that's gonna be also a factor in how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know about San Fran this year just because of the fact like they wide receiver room kind of depleted. Like IU, he might be back by then. Debo gone. Uh,
Right.
Brock Purdy really got paid this year, so or last or whatever. So it's like his year to really like be warranted the contract. Like show us that you can be one of the elite quarterbacks in the
Right.
league. You pay like it. But I also know San Fran, when they're healthy, they damn near been in the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game every year. So they just kind of a wild card for me. But like I said, I guess I'm confident with 3-3 to that point. But this is where I feel like the season really like we got to rack up some wins because that Miami, New England, Colts, Carolina Saints, Jets stretch right there, bro. Like
Sheesh.
you got to win. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? You got to go 4-2 at worst in that stretch, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like Miami, New England, and the Colts, you should definitely win those games, in my opinion. The
Right.
Saints, that's 2 wins on the season, in my opinion. Carolina, they think they hot shit because they won a game last year at the end of the season. Like, bro, y'all, that was your 5th win. Like, congrats, y'all got the 5 wins. I
Right.
don't think Carolina like is on the up and up how everybody else thinks. Like, they'll be 3rd in the division if that's an improvement for them.
Right.
But and then the Jets, I don't see it with them either. And Miami, they kind of like, will Tua even be the starter at that point?
Right.
And that defense is not it. So if I gotta say 3-3 in that point, bro, I'm honestly gonna say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I really wanted to have us at like 9 wins going into that Week 14 game against Seattle down there.
Okay.
But I mean, that's when we go 6-0 during that stretch. But I mean, shit, fuck it, why not?
Hey, it's gonna be ups and downs in the season, but as long as we come out with flags that say Atlanta Falcons playoffs and we can wave them mugs, bro, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, nah, facts. And then with the Seattle game at Tampa Bay, Seattle kind of been like one of them teams that we kind of been struggling with a little bit at home, but I don't know how they'll look at that point. At Tampa Bay on a Thursday night game, a quick turnaround. I'm gonna just give Tampa Bay respect and say we'll split with them, even though we did sweep them last year. Like we really don't struggle with Tampa Bay for them to be the second, like the best team in the division or whatever.
Right.
But that Rams game gonna be tough. I'm not even gonna really go individually through them. I'm gonna just say for like the whole schedule, I really can see our ceiling being 12, like pushing 12 wins. I think at worst 9 wins, and probably like a good middle ground for this season. I think like 11-6.
Okay. I think the lowest will go. The lowest this team will win is 10 games. That's my prediction. The lowest this team will win is 10 games. Only because of the simple fact that, bro, this offense is way too loaded, bro. I'm talking about way too loaded. I talked to Tyler Algier today, and that was like maybe 15 seconds. I said, bro, we need 1,000 up out of you this year. He's like, you already know it, bro. I'm ready for it. A lot of the guys that we have that have contract years this year are gonna have to do nothing but ball. And the guys that's in front of them or the guys that's playing with them already know what the goal is, what the common goal is across the team. So it's not gonna be a lot of like having to get guys ready or having to tell guys we want to win or tell guys to predict and tell guys to do this. And you know what I'm saying? It's never been no like team that we've had in recent years where it's like you feel like everybody's locked in and everybody's ready to go. But this year has definitely been one of those where I can definitely see like, hey, this is exactly what we've been waiting for. We just gotta see it on the field now.
And like facts. And like you said, we're gonna wrap it up with this one. We got a lot of guys. I ain't even really peep, but we do got some guys in contract years that are gonna be significant. Starters playing heavy. Rotation. So with that being said, one guy really pops into my head, and I just titled this season X Factors because I feel like Kyle Pitts is another guy in a contract year, but I think he's definitely an X factor on this season because I think like our offense can be top 10 in the league without him doing whatever we think he needs to do. But if we want to push that top 5 great offense, like explosive down the field, I feel like he has to be that guy involved. Everything he's been saying, he was on Nightcap. Everything he's been saying is like, I like what he's saying. I think he understands the moment because I mean, ain't nothing gonna wake a dude up like his contract year. Because that's your chance to get to your second contract. So if you don't perform, like that's on you. And now I think he believes in his quarterback situation as well. Because
confident.
Yeah, he knows quarterback can give him the ball. And I think, they've been talking about they off the field relationship, how they've been, bonding or whatever. I think it's big for our quarterback to be close in age to our playmakers too. Like, I think a lot of people sleep on that because last year, like they respected Kirk because he's a veteran, but I don't think
nobody hanging outside with Kirk.
Yeah, like he can't really resonate with them because there's like they just younger than him, so they might not can communicate to him like them and Penix, like, but they can hang out with him on the off the field. And they talk the same language basically. So yeah. I feel like Kyle is definitely one of the season X factors. And then like if I had to go to the defense, I just feel like it's the pass rush, bro. Like I don't know, like it's the pass rush and it's turnovers for sure. But I just feel like, man, how good would it really feel to know like the quarterback is not going to have all day? Like I don't even feel like I really need to say the secondary because I know if the pass rush is juiced up, the secondary gonna have it easier regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Like they job gonna get easier, but it starts up front. So I definitely feel like those are my two season X factors. I mean, it's definitely more, but just for like each side of the ball, what you would like look at coming up for
So
this season?
coming for this season, I think so. Offense has to still have our run first mentality.
Mm,
Um, like like I know we're gonna pass the ball and air it out and all that shit. I mean, stuff, but at the same time, we need to make sure that we can still run the ball and use Bijan in the way he's supposed to be used on the outside zone and give Tyler the ball in the trenches in between the tackles. We don't want to see Bijan get slammed in the middle of the tackles and see y'all try to force Tyler Algier outside. That's like I think that also goes with learning your players and learning their play style. I don't know how much film was watched last year um on Tyler and Bijan's relationship before like calling plays for them this year, but not this year, but last year. But I think the X factor is definitely going to be the usage and the type of plays being called because now you have a quarterback that can open up your playbook. Now you have a quarterback that can roll out the pocket. Now you got a quarterback that can create within the pocket, create outside the pocket, and still tuck it down and run, bro. At the end of the day,
right.
um, he he gives you enough time and enough talent, and he has enough mental space to call timeouts and to know when to like he know what positions to put him in on the field so that he's not stranded or out there looking crazy. Like, I mean, I watched quarterback, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people did, but you could just tell that, like, in Kirk's brain, bruh, all of the stuff that the Falcons were throwing at him was just like
It was too
too much.
much. Yep.
But like Michael Penix, you see him doing the stuff, and you just see him standing there like, bruh, you overthinking it. It's not that hard. Like, and you can tell the difference in the throws and show the difference in the way they progress and go through their progressions. I was sitting there watching practice today and watching Kirk throw balls. He's still throwing like he was throwing last year, way over somebody's head or throwing ducks that's gonna get somebody sent to the doctor. So I mean, it's day and night with last year and this year, especially with the positions that we filled as far as quarterback, running back, receiver. Like building our team through the draft is really a good thing that we did. But my X factor would definitely be play calling on the offensive side, being able to open up the playbook for Michael Penix to be successful on the offensive side. And then on defense, I would say um our our second cornerback in our nickel position has to be top tier this year. It can't just be the same guys being good. You know what I'm saying? It we added Billy Bowman, we added Xavier Watts, we got Xavier Woods from the well not Wood no, we got Fuller from the
Oh yeah,
Panthers.
Jordan Fuller.
Um we got DeMarco Helms, like I said. We got a lot of pieces that can be applicable to the solution, but it just it I don't know. The preseason, bro, is really what's gonna tell who's gonna be able to do what. But there has to be somebody, a dog on the other side of AJ Terrell, like because one side of the field can't just be shut down all the time.
Right.
We got to be able to. We don't want our slot corner being tested the most. Like,
Like we
yeah,
know what he's doing every time on third
yeah,
down.
we know where the ball. Yeah, we know where the ball is going. We know you're gonna target this guy. or we know that y'all gonna do some type of rub route to where this guy's gonna get lost in traffic and be looking at the sky and the ball is right here in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh God, come on, bro.
it's
Don't you ain't
it's
have to
just
bring
one of the
photo, bro. He got sniped out the crowd, bro.
bro. I'm telling you, it was just like confusing, but at the same time, I think offensively, I mean defensively, that's really just what it's coming down to. Our nickel position and our other cornerback too. I know Mike Hughes did a pretty good job last year. I didn't have too many problems with him not playing good defense last year. But the nickel position is definitely going to be key because of the amount of targets that our nickel position got last year.
Yeah, I agree. And then I feel like your offensive X factor was really slept on because I think a lot of people putting so much emphasis on Penix is like, nah, we still gonna lead first with the run game because that's just how we've been. Like
Yeah,
that we gonna use the run game to open up the pass game, But I think it's important to know that if a team want to come in and just stack the box or shut down the run game, then that's when Penix can beat you with the pass too. Like I think the great teams have multiple ways to beat you. They don't just rely on one thing.
exactly.
We're gonna come
Yep.
into the game saying, we'll run the ball until you stop it. But at the same time, it's like we're not just gonna solely rly on Bijan. But I agree. I think Tyler definitely needs some burn. It's hard not to get a ball to Bijan because he's just so great. But at the same time, if you got two backs that can get you 1,000, like Detroit does it just fine. So it definitely can be done that you can utilize two running backs.
Yep.
Um, and then like you said on the defense, bro, definitely like that nickel position is damn near like I don't want to say the most important because your cornerback one having a lockdown out there is important, but that nickel position is like, bro, you thrust into everything because you in the run game. You probably, most teams putting their number ones in the slot sometimes. Like
Hmm.
last year,
Yep.
just the middle of the field in general, bro. Our linebackers were a step too slow. Like, I don't know. It's just I think Jeff Ulbrich gonna be damn near the biggest X factor for our defense for real.
Yep.
Because we got the pieces. But last year, whatever we was
Play
doing,
caller was just like, "What?
yeah,
What are
yeah,
you doing, bro?"
it wasn't good at all. Because I don't think our defense was like talent wise, no, it wasn't elite, but damn, bro, ain't no way everybody just fell off.
But at the same time,
Yeah, like we brought in Judon and Simmons. We like, okay, we thinking we finna at least be at least a certain level of competent. And
nobody
it's
has signed a man yet, bro.
neither one of them.
Like,
They both still sitting out there just waiting. So it's like, man, we probably put so much bad film on the table for them boys last year. They probably like, man, we can't even get signed.
mm-mm.
But
And the crazy part about it, they didn't start doing something till the end of the season. It was too late.
and the craziest part is, and that was when Raheem started calling the defense after the bye week.
Hmm.
So hopefully this year we ain't got to worry about that. And I think I made a Falcons video, and I think like my biggest three things I had really said was the season gonna come down to the quarterback, Raheem, and the defense. And like I think both our X factors really pointed that like our defense. I think it's safe to say our offense is gonna be top 10. Like I think
Hmm.
we can already pencil that in. If everybody stay healthy and Zach Robinson and Penix do what they need to do, like it's gonna be top 10. So
Yeah.
if you got top 10 offense, bro, your defense just need to be rearing in at like 20-ish, bro. Like we don't need to be no 32, bro. If we 20-ish in the league, we can get some timely turnovers, get off the field on third down, get some sacks here and there. Like you said,
I want to see us get off the field on third down, bro. It's too many times we done could have been on the field, should have been on the field,
oh
would
my
have been
God,
off the
I
field.
don't even stand up no more at the home game when they be like it's third down. I'm like, we not finna get off the field. Like I already know, bro. We finna sit back here, quarterback finna have all day. Somebody finna be wide open. Like, man. But yeah, man, like hey man, another off season, another season going into it optimistic, bro. I feel like we do this every year, but like I'm looking at it, like you said, we've been building through the draft. Every position you look at, you got somebody there you feel confident in. Almost, you can't have a star at every position, but I don't see no reason why this shouldn't be a playoff team, especially with this division. So we'll see. Ain't no really much more to say. I mean, the first preseason game like on the
Right.
8th,
Yep.
and then the
The
first
eighth.
regular game will be here on the 7th. So
Sir.
we are at that point. We haven't
Football
came
is
up.
back.
Yeah, it's back. I think the Hall of Fame game next week.
Yep, next Thursday, I think.
So we haven't came up with the official schedule for the streaming this season, but we are honestly tomorrow was supposed to be the day we do our division pick. So I don't know if we're gonna do that, but if we do, I'll let you know. And that'll probably be our first live stream. And we'll do our weekly picks. That'll definitely be a video we do. And we'll try to do our Falcons Friday again, have that content out on Friday, previewing the matchup. But I know that. And we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning into this video. Like I said, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how y'all feeling on the Falcons this season, man. All my Falcons fans, definitely tap in with the channel. And yeah, man. Till next time, AG, I appreciate you for coming on, my boy.
You know it. We out.